Hey, how you doing? We're back. Just had to get some Hawaiian punch over here. But we're gonna talk about now the questions that I put on NFL the other day. And I was kind of shocked that there was only a few responses to it. I thought I would get more comments out of it, but hey, who knows? But our first question was who is, as of right now, if the season were to end right now, who would be your MVP?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Who would be your best team?
Probably either the Heat or OKC.
What about, well, I guess, is this even the worst team? Is that even a
The
question?
Bobcats.
It's not even a question.
Just
All
to think they beat the Knicks earlier this season.
What about your coach of the year?
Rick Adelman. The Timberwolves.
That's a long
This
shot.
team was not supposed to be good, and meanwhile it's 500 right now, looking at a possible 8th seed.
Give it a while. It'll be like my Pirates in the fucking offseason.
Coach of the year right now, either him, Greg Popovich, or Popovich, I don't know.
I don't know any of the coaches' names, really.
I
I'm
know,
just gonna
Greg
say the
Popovich
team.
is the Spurs.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying. I'm
Spurs,
just going to name the team
Timberwolves,
that I think.
Or
I was going to say...
maybe the Philadelphia's,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Philadelphia's head coach. I don't even know who his name is. Gibson? Galson?
All right, so off to the All-Star break. Who's winning the dunk contest?
Well, my prediction was Iman Shumpert, but now that he's not playing, Derek Williams.
What about your three-point contest winner?
I don't care.
All right.
I don't know who's in it.
Anthony Morrow, Kevin Love.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll pick
Morrow.
Morrow. I'll take Morrow.
Anthony Morrow, Kevin Love. I think Capone's in it.
Capone?
Yeah. I think what's his face? Jones, Damon Jones, or whatever the heck his name is, on the Heat that won it last year. He's defending his title. And somebody else, but I don't know.
And we're gonna look at the responses.
That's
But-
fine, I guess.
Two other people. James from
James from Rockland, Black James. How you doing there, buddy?
what's up?
MVP,
Said Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Best team, OKC. Worst team, Charlotte Bobcats. Coach of the year, Vinny Del Negro. Dunk contest winner, he said Paul George.
Not bad.
And three-point contest, he said Anthony Morrow.
All right, now there's only one thing I have. I like it all except for one thing, and it's the coach of the year. Vinny Del Negro. He's the coach of the Clippers.
Mhm.
You could say he could be coach of the year,
Yeah.
but when you add an all-star point guard and Chris Paul,
Mhm.
your job is going to be easier.
Yeah.
So, you can kind of give it to him. I mean, they're in first place. They're like third in the West, second in the West.
But if you're gonna give him Coach of the Year, why wouldn't you give Chris Paul MVP?
MVP, exactly.
That's who I would give my MVP to right now, Chris Paul. You got to look about where he took this Clippers team.
Mhm.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's pretty much the same team that they had last year, just with no point guard.
No DeAndre Jordan either. Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Well, Chauncey's out now.
out now, but Chris
I
Paul,
can see, he's playing at a
stepped
different
up.
level.
I mean, but I'm saying, he's in that top. If I were to make a top four,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be not in any specific order. It would be LeBron, Durant, D Rose, Chris Paul. You know, like out of those are my four.
Okay.
But
Next one.
Dan Rolla, MVP,
LeBron.
LeBron James, best team, the Miami Heat. Worst team, you already know.
Cats.
Coach of the year, Greg Popovich. Dunk contest winner, he said Derek Williams. And a three-point contest winner, he said Anthony Morrow.
Again, I like everything there. Greg Popovich.
Spurs are having a good team. I mean, Spurs are having a
Good
good run.
year.
They had a good run.
They had a
And
good, nice 10-game winning streak. That's it.
Everybody needs to get off of Greg Popovich. You know, why are you sitting your players? Why are you sitting your starters?
Oh,
This,
God,
that, and the
really?
other. Like,
They're 37 years old. They're
it's
ancient.
Tim Duncan
Leave 'em alone.
and Tony Parker. Leave them
Wait,
alone.
they're
You
gonna-
got rookies.
you're gonna make
They
the
need to
playoffs.
develop. Come
Exactly.
on. Leave
His
the
team
guy
has been-
alone.
His team is
For
at the end of the draft
For the first
class.
time ever, I'm actually agreeing with Skip Bayless.
Oh God. But like this stuff, like they got to stop with the draft picks at the end
Yeah.
because
That's
every
like
year,
Pittsburgh.
exactly.
It's like the Steelers in a football. They need to start like getting picks from 15 below. You know, I mean, it's good because you're getting players that are in the draft, but you know what I'm saying. And my predictions were for MVP. I had LeBron James.
You said Chris Paul.
Well, I had him up there, but it's
All right,
kind of
so
like
LeBron
a tie
James.
between him and LeBron.
Yeah,
Best team, I gotta go with the Miami Heat right now.
clearly.
Worst team, Charlotte. Coach of the year, I said Philadelphia's, the 76ers head coach. The dunk contest winner, I have Derek Williams. And 3-point contest winner, I have K Love, as you already know. But on to the next question. Can the Knicks team compete with the Bulls, Heat, Thunder, Spurs, or any other powerhouse team? And which team do you see giving them the most problems?
Now, if you're looking at that question, what seed are the Knicks going into the playoffs? Let's say.
I see the Knicks, personally, in my opinion, making the 5th seed.
Fifth seed, so they're probably either going to play Atlanta or Orlando.
Yes.
So I'll say Atlanta, which they can beat Atlanta, as you saw last night.
Yep, but if they beat Atlanta, okay,
Then they have to verse.
then they have to verse either the Bulls that are number 1 or the Heat that are number 1.
Mhm.
And that's one thing you got to look at.
That's the only thing.
Because if
It
the
depends
Heat
on
are
who they
number
play.
one,
Depends on who they
if
play.
the Heat are number 1,
Mm-hmm.
you know that they got. That game will go to game 5-6. I don't think it'll go to.
It's
a
not
game
going to go
7.
to 7 for Knicks.
But if they play the Bulls, that game probably will go to a game 7, game 6 or 7.
The Knicks can beat the Bulls. I'm more skeptic that they can't beat Miami than I am the Bulls, because they can beat the Bulls. You know, now that with Jeremy Lin as point guard, remember the Knicks lost to the Chicago by 3 last time, and that's without Jeremy Lin. That was before Jeremy Lin was even noticed. Now you got a point guard who can get in there, and you got Carlos Boozer who barely does anything anymore.
Yeah.
But Joakim Noah has been stepping up this year a lot.
Brick face.
But I just see the Knicks for the 5th seed. They won the first series against Atlanta or Orlando.
Mhm.
If they play Chicago, they'll go to 7. Probably Chicago will win. If they play the Heat, they'll go to 5, maybe 6, like you said. And if they can compete with anybody in the West, if they somehow get to the finals,
Yeah.
they can't beat the Thunder because Durant is just too good.
Uh-huh.
They could beat the Spurs because I don't think even the Spurs even get that far.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get that far either.
So it's either the Spurs, the Clippers, the Thunder,
Mhm.
or
Yeah, the Clippers, the Thunder. You even got Dallas in there too.
you could put Dallas up there. Depends on how Dallas does down in the playoffs. I mean, will they have the Cinderella season like they had last year? Who knows?
Yeah. Nobody ever knows.
But
Let's go. Yep. Who's your most improved team?
most improved.
Yeah, like
you would have to look at the Clippers. Clippers are obviously up there.
Yeah. I would say the Clippers. I would say it's either the Clippers or, as of right now, I would say probably the Clippers or Indiana. Indiana's playing really, really good ball right now. I mean, they're 20-12. They're 21-12. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. I mean, yes, the competition that they're playing against in the past 4, 6, 7 games isn't really that up there, but those are games that you got to beat. You got to beat those bad teams, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
But it should be a good game tonight with the Knicks Heat. Very looking forward to it. Hopefully Lynn's sanity continues.
Hopefully.
And it'll prove what the Knicks can do. If the Knicks can lose by 3, then you can play with them. If they beat them, they can beat them. Maybe not in a 7-game series, but if they lose by a big shot, then we know where they stand.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe if they play them now, they lose big, and then they play them after the All-Star break and they kill them.
Well, they lost to them big already at Miami.
Well, they lost by 10 without Melo.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Melo was not that big of a deal, but they were in that game the whole day. I mean, the whole game. I mean,
at Miami again.
Again?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because when the lockout, it cut the game at home for us.
Yeah.
But when Billy Walker was hitting those threes, the air conditioning was putting those in there.
Exactly. So we're gonna be looking forward to that tonight.
But it's a good show. We're gonna leave you at this. All-Star break's coming this weekend. We'll get the show to you next week, one time next week, or maybe the week after. We're gonna start talking about hockey, possibly the playoffs. With the playoffs rolling around, with possibly 3 New York teams, counting New Jersey,
Yeah.
and Islanders who can possibly make a run.
Yeah, they can, but
Or
I
maybe
don't see
the Jets actually making the playoffs for once.
the Winnipeg.
The Winnipeg Jets.
I don't want it though because then Black James is gonna have to ruin us by saying that there's a Canadian team in there.
Oh, whatever. It's Canada, please.
All right.
Anyway, guys, it's
We're
been
gonna
nice.
Leave you off on this note. It's been a good show.
James Rowe.
Kevin Davis,
I'll see you guys later.
New Jersey, all New Jersey teams and Nets, the Devils,
Horrible.
they all suck.
Horrible.
They all suck. They're terrible.
If you're Darren Williams, maybe, and you're hitting threes from sitting down on the floor, please teach me. Please teach me.
I mean,
See you
I'll
later.
learn how to play a game of horse. See you guys later.
Doses.